Welcome to Dorker Realms. While most gamers will be familiar with Dungeons & Dragons from the newest edition of the game, there's a movement amongst some players called the Old School Revival, taking inspiration from the design philosophy of the earliest editions of D&D and bringing them into the modern era. These games and adventures emphasize the weird, the challenging, and the hardcore. Bear witness as our intrepid players explore unusual and dangerous tales in these old school adventures. This is part 5 of Scenic Dunnsmouth. Though the adventures can be listened to in any order, we recommend beginning with the first episode of any given adventure. We go now to the table to delve into Dorker Realms.
Okay, so we found the terrible time cube. Arceus lost his eyes. Time stopped for a little bit. We now have the broken time cube. I can summon Old Man Time, supposedly. And we were like, let's get the fuck out of this town. And then we were like, shit, we stabled our animals. So we have to go get them out of the stable.
We.
Yeah. Who's this we?
Petra stabled an animal too.
Petra has one
I don't have any animals.
stabled as well.
It's
It
not
is
just me.
I didn't say it was just you. I'm just saying I'm not part of this we.
It is not
You're part of the
remotely
we.
as important to
As
her.
my grandmother would say, who's this we? Do you have a fart in your pocket?
However, apparently Bindel left some pretty important stuff with his stabled animal.
Look, next time I'll just leave you with the spider, okay?
Whoops. They would be very happy.
Unfortunately, it's probably true.
No, I hate this so much.
I know.
I hate that my character got fucking polluted. It's the worst.
Alright, let's go just to the stable. Are we just gonna go for it? Do we want to sleep here in this alcove where they aren't finding us?
I think we
Take
should.
watches?
I think we should try and sleep so that we can regain our spells before
I
we
mean,
go
I want
charging
my
into
spells.
town.
I would say
Well, we don't
take
have the
watch.
benefit of the time slow going.
Oh yeah,
on,
we don't
but
even have to take We don't even have to take rounds.
We'll just
'cause-
have Snaky and Arceus
yeah,
watch
because they don't
for us.
sleep.
How the fuck is Arceus gonna watch?
He can listen, and Snaky can watch.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Arceus and Snaky both need to sleep.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
All right, so we'll take our watching rounds then.
They're not like... At least I think they do. Just to be clear, this is my perception of what they actually are. I don't think they're demons, how we categorize them.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure I literally reached through our reality into a different reality and grabbed them and pulled them into our reality. And they
So-
could just be from an alternate
That
Earth
picks
or
up on
wherever.
Compared to our understanding, they're demons with heavy quotes.
Yes.
But
They're
not necessarily
they're Lord,
from
They're
hell.
Lord Lost Demonata style demons.
Yeah, they're just...
beings from elsewhere.
I just pulled some people off of their home planet and was like, you work for me now, forever.
Can I please finish the shit I was taking? And
No.
Oh.
Hold it in forever.
Well, good thing I don't have a butthole.
I guess we'll wait for like 20 minutes to see if anyone follows us.
Nope.
Alright, we'll try sleeping here. Taking turns
Taking watches.
watching.
Yeah.
Are you just, sleeping on the skiff?
I guess.
Is there enough room for that, or do we need to? Because I guess
There
if
should
we
be.
can
I mean-
push over to a bank somewhere, we can try
It's
and.
certainly not comfortable.
Is that a prerequisite?
Not really.
Okay. Satisfactory.
Alright, so you just...
I'm like, Arceus, take off your cloak. I'm using it as a blanket. The outside of it. I'm not getting in there.
I'm also covered in feathers. What if you guys, wrapped my cloak in the feathers?
No, just
And then
give
make
me
a
your
giant
goddamn
pillow?
cloak.
Fine.
Alright. So, you guys set up your little...
Petra will take the
rotational
first watch, we'll say. Just
Sure.
for heck.
And everyone else goes to sleep. And as Petra is sitting there, starts getting dark, like nighttime. And, yeah, it's kind of a clear night. Fog is dissipating. And eventually, you go to sleep, someone else gets up for the second watch.
I'll do it.
Alright. Bindel gets up for the second watch, and you're like, whoa, it's the middle of the night.
Like, it's
Pitch
actually dark
out
now.
here. I can't
I,
see anything.
As opposed to, previous nights when it was just kind of
I
faintly
want
twilight.
to start a thing
Yeah.
with Bindel that I might turn into an actual thing I do for the Patreons when we ever get if we ever get to that point, where I'm gonna start taking journals written as if I'm Bindel and so
Okay.
I'm gonna have him write in his journal by guess torchlight.
Sounds cool. How long are your shift?
long enough that we can all get.
How long do we need to sleep as spellcasters?
6 continuous hours.
So if we each take 2-hour shifts, including Snaky, that'll give everyone 6-hour sleeps.
Okay. And after a while, you're like, how long has it been? You don't know. You're like, it's been a while. That's what your idea is. It's been a while.
All the concept of time seems to have left me. It's quite fascinating. I guess Bindel's scientific. He can figure this out. How long does a torch last?
Torch is born continuously for
For an
6
hour.
turns before burning out. Yeah.
So I was gonna say.
So
the star.
I wake through
Two torches. Yeah.
and then wake someone else up. Not because I feel like it's been 2 hours, because I know that 2 torches is 2 hours.
All right. So the night passes uneventfully, aside from the obvious change in
Yeah.
the local.
Is it
Weather.
only me who doesn't have a sense of time?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I figured.
And you arise in the morning. It's a beautiful morning.
There is
Sun
a noticeable
shining.
light difference.
Oh yeah, the sun
Holy
is shining.
crap.
It's bright morning.
There is sun now. There's no fog.
Do I feel well rested?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did the fog go away in the night?
You feel like you've drifted a little bit closer. You can see the church.
Okay.
Which has happened?
We drifted. We're in a swamp. The water's moving again.
Oh.
The time cube's been disrupted. Everything's restoring to how it should be.
Where are the time cube pieces?
In my pocket.
He has them.
All
I
6.
kind of like them. Make me feel good.
Don't think about not giving them to employer. We need to get paid.
Maybe.
Or you could have your own time cube.
What if I just, summon Father Time and be like, can you stop him from aging? And Father Time's like, sure, then taps him. And then that's all he wanted, right?
I mean, if that still gets us paid, that is why we took job.
Feeling pretty good.
You think you could summon Father Time with no repercussion?
I think so. I would need some money to make sure the ritual goes down correctly because I need to buy supplies. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, how much money?
Quite a bit, unfortunately.
Okay, so how do we do that without first
Look,
getting
I understand that the thing. We'll figure it out. Let's go get them the old. Or, is there any people out? Let's see if we can slip into the church.
Why do we need to slip into church?
Well, Father Eunopoulos was never attacking us, so let's see how he's doing.
Okay, Fetcher's behind that.
I figured.
I understand Bindel just wants to steal all the money he's accumulated, but...
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I assume you scoot around the side that's not connected to Joseph and Bernice's house.
Yes.
I know connected, I mean neighbors, not actually connected.
I know that you all think Bindel's terrible, but he's not.
You kind of suggested it before, so...
No, he did.
Oh, Paul did.
Alright, so you pull your skiff
Apologies
up.
then, Ryan and Bindel.
You pull your skiff up in front of the church. You get off, you go inside, and Father Ewanopoulos is kind of doing his morning chores, and he sees you, and he's like, Petra,
Yes, Father Ioannopoulos.
welcome back. I didn't think I'd see you again.
Why not?
Been a few months?
What?
What?
I was here yesterday.
No, you definitely weren't.
Time cube.
We were in the area of the time cube before it got
It just
turned
got
off.
well, yeah. I didn't. You guys didn't expect this because the influence got more intense the closer you got, but it was affecting it pretty far out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I see.
Oh, that means I definitely have all my health points
What
back.
what has happened in town since last you saw me?
Well, everyone was really shooken up for a while. I don't know what happened.
Do you want to know?
Pretty sure they were upset with you guys, something you did. I think you burnt that old house that the author owned, but
That doesn't sound right.
they were really upset for a while, and but you know, things have settled down. Life goes on.
They have resumed normal routines?
Yeah, and
How so it has
strange
been
this morning. It's so clear. I've been here for months, and
Yes,
it's
we
never
noticed
been like this before.
that as well.
Stables.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
It was-
fucked up bad. Hopefully it's still there.
Was it Samuel? No, it was Jethro Sampson who had the weird child, right?
Yeah.
Has It's been several months. Has Jethro Sampson's child, how is it doing?
I don't know. I assume it's fine.
You have not seen.
No. Despite my insistence, the Sampsons very rarely come to service.
Of course, that is unfortunate.
Let's go see Magda.
Well, it is good to see you, Father Yiannopoulos. See you are doing well.
Oh, you too. Thank you. It's
And
nice to see you again after all this time.
I hope things continue to improve here, and your congregation grows. We have some duties to attend to.
We will go to Magda's house.
All right. So you go around over to Magda's place, and she's just like outside looking up at the sky.
Ah, how are you, Magda?
Ah, you. I remember you.
Been a couple months from what I hear.
Yes.
Not for us. The time cube has that effect.
Did you find it?
We did.
And what happened? Everything's changing.
Well, it's a mishmash, really. My associate touched the cube.
Now his eyes are gone.
His eyes are gone?
His
And
eyes are gone.
It imprinted on his eyes, and when he spoke it aloud, he claims time stopped for him for a few moments, and he no longer has his eyes once time resumes.
You're missing the best part.
And the cube fell apart
But before I did
It
that,
fell apart.
into 6 pieces.
Oh.
It appears to have affected why there is no more fog and light is normal
It
again.
obviously had a very big area of effect, and the entire swamp was somehow being affected because the weather had been the same for how long? And now that it's
The light
not,
had been same for
now
long.
that it's not a cube anymore, everything seems to be returning back to normal.
That seems to be the case, but it was so valuable.
That
I hope
does.
to study it.
That does.
It's unfortunate.
All this time I've wasted.
That does jive with what I read on the cube. If it makes you feel better, you probably haven't aged,
Not really.
so you didn't actually waste any of your time.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
I am sure. I read the time cube.
There is outside time that has passed, but the time for you is not so much, so you have not wasted your time.
None of your life has passed by.
but you know whose life did pass.
Everyone you know.
You got a mulligan. Use it better
Who's
this
Mulligan?
Groundhog Day.
But I've been here
What?
for quite some time. I still believe that relative time has passed for me.
time. Yes, but you have not aged. Therefore, you still have the same amount of remaining time in your life to do with as you will. Think about it. If you go to college and study for 4 years, but you just added 4 years to your life, everyone would go to college to study for 4 years.
But the cube has been here for generations. People have been born and died here. Time still passes.
Yeah,
for
you're right.
them.
That doesn't add up, does it?
Does it happen at the same rate?
Maybe not. I don't know. I really don't know now. I mean, it was a blink of an eye for
Could have
us.
Studied it.
It would be, it is unfortunate.
At least that crazy old fool hasn't been around these past few months.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh,
He attacked us in the swamp. Tried to eat us. Well, he intimated that he wanted to eat us.
I'm glad it worked
What did
out
he
that way.
legs?
Why?
I don't know. He was crazy.
That's true.
Yes, it's confirmed.
Arx is just like,
Yes, he
Do you,
did
do you
he
want
mention
like
about
a
claim
steak or
to be
something?
touchdown?
What?
Okay.
I mean, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
he's gonna become a Zen master.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go put him out in the woods with a imgur.
But master, with the blindfold on, he'll never be able to catch the arrow.
Anyway, I
At
guess-
least now you are not tied to this place. You can do whatever you like.
I'll have to move my things. Well, I'm sure I can hire someone. Maybe one of the sailors the next time they come by.
Speaking of things,
Yeah, let's go to the stables. Hopefully,
Maybe after the animals, we could try dredging the swamp before people realize we're here.
oh, let's try dredging the swamp before we get the animals.
how much time will we need for that?
How do I know?
Until we
That's a good
find
point.
something.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, let's go over there.
Alright. You make your way back to the field, and
With heavy quotes.
Samuel is there, up to his chest in swamp water.
Hello, Samuel. Have things died down around here?
You're,
Bendel L. Johnson.
those crazy folk that were here a few months ago. Yeah.
Well, we always make good on a promise, so we waited for things to die down to come back and help you dredge the swamp.
Y'all were here a few months ago, and, I could have sworn I was gonna find that treasure any day now, but, haven't found it yet, but any day now. Anyway, you want to grab a jug and get in here and help me out?
Sure.
Alright, let's do this.
We can waste a couple hours on this. If we don't find anything, we just go.
We could waste a couple days on it if we want to.
I
Maybe.
don't think we want to.
Okay.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
You're welcome to.
We will probably not find anything, because this is all a big bullshit.
Alright, so you spend the day?
We'll say 4
question mark?
hours.
Alright, you guys spend 4 hours, and you're like, well, we haven't found anything, and Bindel's like, it's been a while.
So we find nothing after 4 hours. Do we want to keep searching, or do we just want to go?
I think we just go.
Okay.
I mean, Bendel will go at it all day, apparently.
Well, not all day. After a while, he'd been like, it's been a long time.
Oh. Because you're not aware of how long it's been.
So, where to?
Let's
Where are
go,
y'all going?
let's go get our animals.
We're about to find it. I'm telling you, any day now.
Well, we have to break for lunch. That's just how we do things.
You eat a big breakfast before coming out to the field.
All
That's
right.
how you do it.
Next time we'll do that.
All right. I'll see you here noon sharp tomorrow.
Sounds good. We go to the stables.
So you make your way in the direction of Dick Dunlop. So you make your way towards his place where he's got the old moss-covered stables, and you dock your skiff because that's on a earthen ridge, kind of overlooks the rest of the town. And you go to his house, his front door. What are you doing?
Going
Was
just
he
to
in
the stable?
Was he in the mob? He was in the mob.
He was, yes.
Maybe just go to the stable? See if our animals are there?
Well, even if your animals are there, do you think he's gonna have left all of your stuff on your animals?
He was part of the mob.
I guess.
I don't know. We can check that, and if it's not there, then we can confront him.
Sure.
Now I can take care of him.
All right. So your plan is to go to the stables directly?
Yes.
Like peek in?
Yeah.
There was a stable boy there who, at least at the time, a stable man who, at least at the time, appreciated our presence because we were very grateful to him and even tipped him for his work.
Yeah.
I don't think we happened to query if he was part of the mob or not, so that may change. But if we go directly to the stable, we may be able to deal with him in a favorable manner.
So you creep up to the stable and you peek inside and you see the servant Isaiah Duncaster and you see the cows. He's given them some hay and there are no sign of your animals.
Should we try talking to him?
I have to get what was on my thing back.
Okay.
Hello.
He is a little startled and he turns around and then he looks at you and then you kind of see recognition in his eyes after a moment and he's like, oh, I never thought you'd come back.
Yes, we got lost in the swamp.
Wow, that was a long time. You must have eaten a lot of frogs.
Yes, unfortunately.
Welcome back.
Yes, what happened to our animals?
Oh, well, I think you paid for 2 nights stabling.
3. We're
3 nights.
obviously well past that.
Yeah, and I have to say, Master Jake was very upset with you for burning the author's house. Really understand why, but
Sure.
I'm afraid that he had your animals slaughtered.
What about the possessions on the animals?
I actually managed to spirit them away and hide them for you. You were
You did.
so kind to me. That's
Isaiah, you are an exemplary human being.
oh
No,
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 it's-
I will not hear of it. She's gonna flat give him 50 fucking silver.
I give him 50 silver as well.
this is too much.
No.
No, it's not.
Isaiah, you have shown integrity beyond the normal behavior. You deserve every silver coin here, and you should definitely not let your boss know about it.
Also, consider moving.
He
He
has-
has 100 silver to restart if you want.
Like,
Thank you so
seriously.
much.
No, he has 150.
Woo, boy! Boy's getting a reward.
Willow also
far
kisses him on the cheek.
You're far too generous, he blushes.
Isaiah, you do not belong here. You're too good of a person. With this money, you can go anywhere you want.
If you want to come with us, we'll help you start a new life.
I don't know what to say. This is incredibly kind of you. Well, I don't know if I want to keep working for Jake, but I do care for their son, Martin. He's a very good boy.
Was he as upset as everyone else during the debacle?
No. Frankly, we were both a bit flabbergasted by it all. Who cares? The house has been abandoned for, God, years now. Let me grab your stuff. He,
Thank you.
Heads to his quarters and he returns a moment later with, like, wrapped up bundle and hands it over to you.
Ryan is so
There
relieved.
is something in there we're unaware of, isn't there?
No.
Okay, that's good.
No?
I kind of like take it and I'm like,
So, are they encumbered now?
Probably.
So then it just goes on to Arsis too?
well, parts of it. I give him some parts and then.
So I just got like saddlebags on me. I'm blind.
No.
So I'm exactly like
Give
a
a
horse.
backpack.
Oh.
Alright. Is there anything else we want to do in the town? I mean,
Unless you want to try and dig in swamp more.
There's so much stuff I want to check, but like
I know.
I don't want to just randomly
stumble
kill
around and
people
have
or
everyone try to
whatever.
murder us. Yeah, I'm totally with you. Yeah, we should have just done all that before we killed the spider, but hindsight and all that shit.
So we've investigated every house that is possible, right?
Well,
Be fine and
we've knocked on every house.
Sure. But I mean,
And we've gone into both the houses that weren't lived in.
burned down.
I mean, like Magda has a cellar, right? That we haven't been in. That I really want to check.
She does.
Oh yeah, you know what? You could always go and cast sleep on her, and then we could investigate her cellar.
Or charm.
Or charm person.
Just charm person, just have her show it to us, but not. Or do whatever we want.
If we really
You know
want
what?
to
Fuck
do
it.
that.
Let's do that. I want some goddamn treasure.
All right, we'll find some half-eaten roots and some
This is
old
the
wine
thing that,
bottles
like,
or something.
The other spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
This like wipes the.
The party. Okay.
As you make your way back towards Magda's house.
Let's go the really long way, like where
or-
we go
or
out
just
of
the-
the town altogether and then come back from
Or
that
the
side.
the town would just see us and be like, "Oh, we're gonna kill him again."
I swear to God, I'm going to just kill them if that happens.
Alright, you spend a fair portion of your day taking the extremely circuitous route around the entire town.
Yep.
And come up from behind to get to Magda's place. And you knock on the door and
Wait,
she
wait, wait.
answers. Oh no, you don't knock on the door. Okay, sorry. I assumed.
I ready sleep, and then we knock on the door. Can
Okay.
I do that?
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, not really, but like, you can cast it when the door opens.
Yeah.
So, alright. She opens the door, and Bindel was like, sleep!
Bill Cosby.
Hello!
Call
Sleep!
back. Yeah, that's right.
For 4 rounds, or 4 turns.
4 turns, so
40 minutes.
40 minutes, right.
For me.
Okay.
Like, catch her! Someone catch her!
Petra's like, "Ooh," dives to catch her.
You catch her before she hits the ground.
Alright,
And you
we
lower her down.
we take her.
No, we take her inside.
Yeah, and lay her on
And lay her on her bed.
Close the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
while Bindel is investigating, does she have the means for making some tea?
You can steal it. Sure.
No.
He's gonna put sleeping.
Petra is going to brew some tea for her because she's going to say that they found her passed out, so she brews some tea to try and help ease
Petra is memeing this shit up.
whatever headache or pain caused her to pass out. So she's going to brew some tea.
Okay.
Wow.
We go through her herbs and we're like, this one puts a person to sleep. Drink it. Knocked out for 8 hours.
Just a bunch
No,
of like
that's the
sticks.
opposite of what she's trying to do. I mean, if you guys want to do that, fine.
Let's check the cellar.
Okay. So you open the trap door, and just like a wave of heat hits you. It's like opening an oven door, right? And so going down into the cellar, there are 2 kilns, which are blasting at full temperature, the source of the heat, of course. And they are basically drying out the air in here. Although water still drips occasionally through the stone walls where it runs down and is collected in little wooden bowls and cups that she's set there. The ceiling has great piles of herbs hanging down from it, and there are several workbenches covered in books, scrolls, and bottles of liquids and powders. Willow, actually no, all three of you are just like in awe because this place down here, all her collected stuff, has a library value of, let me see, 1,500 silver and a laboratory value of 3,000 silver.
Woof.
I go through her books. See if any of them are a spell book.
None of them are her spell book per se. They are just like
Research books?
yeah, research books, essentially, making it like an extremely valuable library.
Research
/laboratory.
resource.
Are there any herbs in here that I can identify?
I mean, you might be able to identify them. There's like
I'm looking for one that would induce sleep. We're gonna go with
Belladonna.
okay. Roll 3d6. Is it higher or lower than
17.
your intelligence?
Lower than my intelligence.
Okay, you are successfully able to pick out some herbs that you can use to brew a sleeping powder, essentially.
We brew that, and then I feed that to her while she's asleep.
We just
Like, open her mouth, pour the...
making sure she is
the
stay
tea in.
asleep.
For a while, we're going to really search the place.
Or just pour some water in,
Okay,
perhaps.
if you can also find some like headache powder or something, I will, I can use that for when she wakes up.
We're not going to be here at that point. I'm making like an 8-hour brew here.
Wait, you see your stomach get like...
Unbeknownst to you as you leave, you made it too strong and she's actually never waking up. You're just like, let's hurry, guys.
No, I just do like... I'm going to do it every like hour or so, but like... Yeah. I want to like search the upper floor very thoroughly and the lower floor. I also want Snaky, to do the same. I was going to say Arceus too, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much help searching a room.
So, you said kilns?
Yes.
Does that mean that she's making something down there?
She's using them to dry the air because...
That's it?
Yeah.
Just to dry the herbs and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and to probably to help preserve the books.
You could use it to make stuff. That's, as far as you can tell, the primary purpose of them, though. Okay, so you spend your obligatory amount of time going through the place, and aside from the extreme research value present in her cellar, you don't find any magic book or anything like extremely out of the ordinary like that.
She could just be an alchemist. I don't know. I don't want to just steal all her shit that's not even actually worth all that much.
No, I think we should probably just fucking scarp her now. There's not much more point in hanging around.
I guess. This sucks.
We should just take this skiff that we sort of paid for and try and use it to get out the riverway instead of climbing over the fucking mountains.
Yeah, just go to the ocean and get a ship.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do that.
Go to the ocean and get a ship.
Charter a ride on the ship.
Pay for a ride back.
Through the mountains the way we came.
Okay.
Or, no, but there was a route. Initially at the beginning of the game, we could have gotten a boat
Yeah.
and taken the
I
river
assume
here.
I assume this isn't an ocean-worthy vessel.
But we
No.
didn't come
Yeah,
through
that's
the
why I'm
ocean.
saying we're just going to the part where the ocean meets the swamp,
Wait,
and
but-
then we'll get off the boat.
The route to get us here, was that from the ocean or was that through a river?
Ocean.
Oh, okay. Okay. Alright.
Alright. So you push out and you sit on the edge of the ocean.
Well, we're going to go towards town, walking at that point, and waiting for a ship.
There is,
Unless I'm really not understanding something.
Okay, this is like a small town,
Uh-huh.
and there's like a boathouse, and then the ocean.
Right?
they say sailors come by here.
Yeah, when the boat like comes past.
There's no port. There's no
Yeah.
dock. We'd have to
They
we'd have
get
to
on
walk
a
along the
rowboat
shore
and they
somewhere to
row
get to
out
a
here.
city.
Alright, fine. We'll climb over the mountains again.
We don't have the supplies for that. I don't know what to do, dude.
Is anyone good at bushcraft?
No.
No, we don't have any
class that can
halflings.
do that.
How about we go to the fort and ask the soldier that's there if how he would expect people, how and when he would expect people to come if he was going to be relieved from duty.
We can maybe buy supplies from him, too.
If he has anything, yeah.
Alright. You make your way to the fort, I'm assuming avoiding getting too close to the homes of people that probably
care
wouldn't be
anymore. I
happy
just
to
wanna kill
see
them
you.
all.
Probably, yeah. Just,
And
We have our spells back. Let's just fucking kill them.
I'd really rather not. But...
you get to the fort, and the old soldier is there doing his usual routine, doing his inspections.
Should we tell him about the spider?
No.
We already
Oh,
did.
we did? Oh, yeah.
He was like, oh, it doesn't sound real to me, and it's fucking bullshit.
God, this is a horrible adventure.
This is awful, dude.
So what happens when we meet the soldier?
Well, he's doing his inspections, and...
Hello!
Hello, sir.
Oh, hello.
We would like
Ah,
to
you
leave.
seem-
We do not have enough supplies to leave with.
Oh.
Can we purchase supplies from the fort? Is there a place where we could purchase supplies?
I'm afraid that I get most of my supplies from the townsfolk. Just,
Oh, boy.
like donations.
Alright, you know what? Thank you.
You're
Let's get back
welcome.
on the skiff and just go kill all of the townsfolk.
Oh my
I don't give a shit anymore.
It's gonna nuke. We're not. It's gonna nuke the party. We're not gonna have a chance to do anything. We're gonna end up dying.
I don't think so.
I don't know. These are all pretty fucking shitty ass commoners.
Should we,
Okay.
should we just start with the
I'm
We
not-
definitely don't have a bunch of half spider people hidden amongst them.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
Yeah, because those were real dangerous when they died from 8 damage and never hit us.
Well, yeah, because
Do you have another sleep spell ready?
Yes, probably, but
No, I have shield.
I also have sleep.
That's true.
that's.
Do you
I don't
have
know
a?
that it's necessarily the route we have to go.
So what else can we do? We can go over the mountains and starve. We can stay here and hope that they've gotten over their anger at murdering their loved ones in a month, and hope that they will also not just be not mad at us to not kill us, but also be not mad at us enough to sell us supplies so that we could get over the mountains without starving. We could go wait by the ocean until somebody sails by and beg them to take us with them.
Also might start doing that.
We might start doing that.
You said-
I don't like it either, but I literally don't know what else we could do.
We also have 0 profit from this adventure currently, so
Yes.
killing them all might give us profit. We can ransack the town.
Well, then, I mean, obviously Arceus can just catch fish, so we
No,
can...
he can't. He's fucking blind.
I'm sitting there like,
Yeah, alright, yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna go try.
Snaky can just catch fish.
He's not actually an aquatic snake. He's a poisonous snake.
He bites all your food. And
So what?
you can't eat it. Look what I brought you, master, like a puppy, and then he drops it, and then you're like, it's just oozing like black ichor and green
Danny,
gas.
I want to know something.
Yeah.
Is there actually a logical thing that
Yes.
we could do
No, you don't know that.
that we are missing?
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
What is it? Not asking you, Danny.
No, I don't know. I just, there's obviously an intent created with this adventure. There has to be something.
Well,
that's all.
yes, but if we did something wrong along the way, we could have spoiled that
No,
intent.
also sometimes like you just don't get it with modules, and you just never get on the same wavelength because that's something that can happen with something they wrote, but they don't know the audience. So if they could just be like, "We've never encountered players who want to do X, Y, and Z. It's just not accounted for," and then the DM has to try and wing it. Okay, I say we go house by house. Snake goes in first, bites a guy, then we rush in, and we just stab him.
How conceivable would it be to have the kid that's in the stables to help him get us enough supplies to get back over the mountains?
That's at least a reasonable place to start.
Yeah,
Are you
sure.
sure you don't want to just kill everyone? I'm really on board on that plan now.
So Willow should be like the leader, right? Like that was the most reasonable thing.
Willow often is the leader. You have
Yeah,
noticed.
yeah.
I default to what Robin suggests.
A lot of the
Because a
time.
lot of the time they come up with something
No
logical
wonder
I
we're
didn't think
failing
about.
so badly all the time.
No.
So, yeah, we'll try that.
Okay. You get back in the skiff.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that.
Willow's
one.
gonna, once we're back in the skiff, and once we're back in the place, we win a way that won't make the townspeople mad.
Can we just go
Willow,
through the center? I'll just kill everyone.
Willow
No.
is going
Stop
to
it.
ask the stable boy, would it be at all possible for you to get us, what was it, 3 weeks?
Per person.
Yeah, 3 weeks worth of food. Or do you
person.
know somewhere where we could acquire 3 weeks worth of food for everybody here? Because we need to get home. And we realize we don't have a way of doing that because we ended up being here way longer than we wanted to be.
I mean, it might take a few days to get that much food together, but
We can wait a few
We
days.
could supply you with the funds for that if it was necessary.
Well, unless it's going to be suspicious, we can pay him back when he's done.
yeah, I mean, if you
If we could hide out in the
I
fields,
could use
or
the silver you already gave me.
We'll work
part
the
of
fields
it.
while we're fucking.
You don't want to go.
waiting.
Well, you don't want to go spending too much money
It won't-
because
it's not actually
it would
that expensive.
draw attention.
Yeah.
Well, if he's gonna, he specifically
I
said,
understand,
yeah,
yeah.
the silver we gave him.
and then we would recompense you.
There's no boats or anything that you know of.
What if you? What if
every
you?
few months a boat comes by. And
What if-
Actually, every month a boat
Oh,
comes
really?
by.
Was that
What day is that?
every month?
Different days.
Well, but you
Not
would
like-
know.
A boat from
No,
who?
how would they know?
Well,
I don't know.
If it's
lot of
been
the
a
time,
month
a
each
few
time it
sailors
happened,
will
is it-
row out
It's not
and
regular.
visit the town?
At least once a month is basically what he's saying.
Right, but if it was at least once a month when the time cube was here, was it actually
Well, okay,
more often
so
than
so
that?
here's our plan for now with the information that we have.
You're right. At least every 5 months.
Here's the time. Okay,
Thank you.
we're going to let this kid gather the food because he said he could do it in a couple of days. We don't miss anything by waiting a couple of days. And if in that time a boat comes before the supplies are gathered, then we try and get the boats. We could try and get the help from the boat.
Man, my one regret is being Mervin is not seeing what Billy Sue was about.
I guarantee you that wasn't a good thing.
No,
Well,
no.
we did clean some gutters already, so.
Yeah, but I mean, what if Billy Sue was the key? Oh,
No,
Oh,
it's
jeez.
not. You want to know what would happen? You'd either get a disease or you would probably get spider infected.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what I would not for me.
Maybe both.
She would get pregnant, and then you'd have
Well,
to deal
see,
with that.
but I would see the process of that happen.
Okay, so are you guys camping in like the swamp at night as you're dredging the swamp during the day?
Yeah, I guess we could also ask if the guy that we're helping would be willing to put us up while we're waiting.
I think he only has like a room in the stable. I think
No, the guy that's dredging the swamp, the fields guy.
his wife hated us.
She was part of the mob?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's an all women mob.
I don't.
No.
No. There were some males.
There are
that's
definitely
right,
plenty of
the,
dudes.
Whatever. Not Samson.
Yeah, a lot of the
Yeah, a lot of
Samsons.
Samsons.
No, the only people who weren't part of it was the stable man, Father Ewanopoulos, Magda, and Samuel Dunlop. At
Maybe
least
the
that we've
father would
encountered
be
so
willing
far.
to shelter us, so we'd have a safe place to
Nebuchadnezzar
sleep.
was also not part of
Right, who was Nebuchadnezzar? I have his
was
name
the
written.
He
guy.
sold you the alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. What if the mushroom booze is an inoculation? Danny laughs, so I know that's not true, but
I mean, you can camp in the swamp if you want
Yeah,
to.
we
I'm
might
just
just
checking.
well.
yeah. It did, no one else seems to go
Do we
there.
want to keep dredging while we're here?
Yeah, we could
If
dredge. We could dredge in exchange for like a morning meal, and then we won't have to worry about rations at least while we're here.
Or we could just dredge. We can still catch fish. We're not doing anything most of the day, right?
Yeah. And just to pass the time,
We
and
also have a fishing net.
maybe we will stumble across some treasure or something,
Yeah, I
but
know.
probably not. But
Sure.
yeah, we'll do that while we're waiting.
All right. You spend a few days camping in the swamp and dredging the swamp, and every day Isaiah brings you, a few more supplies like preserved fish and stuff like that. You're really going to be sick of preserved fish by the time this journey is over.
I'm a frog.
Yeah, you'll be fine. And over the next couple of days, you build up your supplies until you have 3 weeks of rations each.
You didn't tell us if we found nothing.
You didn't find anything.
Oh, I'm joking. I knew it.
Except a sense of group camaraderie and new muscles that we didn't know could get this sore.
Yeah, that. And, okay, so a few days later, you have your supplies.
We will, of course, pay. It was Isaiah, right?
Yeah.
Isaiah back the money he spent to acquire these.
And he insists that you don't have to pay the full amount since you gave him so much already.
Well, who cared? No, it doesn't matter what he says. We gave him that money for a specific purpose, so we're paying that money back. Or at least I'm going to, if no one else is going to. And then once we have the supplies, we will make our trek back over the fucking mountains.
Okay.
Yeah?
I guess. I still want to kill everyone.
Well, if
Might
you
do
want to
that.
take like
I'd
a
do that without you guys.
yeah, you want to take a couple months to come back and murder everybody without us, like that's on you, brother.
Hey, boss. Look, I got no eyes. I'm just gonna slow you down. I'm gonna put on one of those Halloween masks that have the ghost face.
I'm gonna leave you in the woods with a Mibu. That's where I leave all of my failed experiments.
I'm a failed experiment.
No, but you're being retired.
Why can't I just retire here and kill people? I mean, it's what you want. I kind of.
Oh, you want to come back and just fight with
I'll
me?
come back. I'm just gonna hang out here.
No. I want to be here to see it.
Oh. Okay.
You're gonna. Well, look. When we come back to do it, I'll bring you with.
You promise?
Promise. You're coming with me, bud.
Let's do the frog swear. And then I just hold up my weird pinky. You rub your belly.
The pinky swear has been made for all those without the video podcast.
The belly rub, then pinky swear.
Yes.
It's very sacred among his people.
What do you mean, my people?
And among wizards, apparently.
No. His
No.
people.
Okay.
Sweet. We're gonna murder all. You're all on borrowed time. Get it? Because we have the time cube, and then I'm such an asshole.
I do have the time cube.
The
How do I
pieces
feel
of it
over this
anyways.
journey?
However you feel.
Great. Pretty miserable. This journey sucks, and this whole adventure was a horrible waste. Alright.
Alright, 3 weeks later,
You have a special summoning thing now.
you're back home.
I don't have the money
You're
to do
home.
Yeah.
You're,
You could offer that spell as proof to the guy that we found the thing we were looking for.
Yeah, that was one of the things we talked about.
Okay, so
you are back to civilization, back home.
Wow, we didn't encounter any wolves or. No, I'm kidding.
On our way back, Petra has an idea.
Okay.
Okay, this is not great idea.
okay.
What if we found Potter or some craftsperson to put all the 6 sides of these things together in shape of cube,
Okay.
and we offer it back to him?
And then he'll touch it and be like, "This isn't magical."
You could cast that spell on it.
I do have that spell. Why not just make a fake altogether and then do that, so I can keep the pieces for research?
Yeah.
We will use these pieces to cast.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we can
Copies.
cast them, but yes. Alright, so we're gonna make a fake time cube.
Okay, we're gonna salvage this goddamn mission.
Alright. For a few silver pieces, you commission a blacksmith to make you a cube.
Should have had that.
Whoa!
And you
whoa,
know-
whoa, whoa.
You know what the script looks like?
I do.
Copy a version of the time script, not the full thing, but something that looks like it, and then cast your magical aura on it.
Accidentally make a real time. Fucking idiots.
You were so preoccupied with if you could, you didn't stop to think if you should.
Okay, so a blacksmith and then a whitesmith,
Yes.
Okay.
and then using my knowledge, I basically describe to the whitesmith what I want to go onto the cube. Therefore, it's not exact.
Yes.
And then I cast magical aura on the cube. Make sure that lasts forever.
If not, we'll do it right before we hand it to him.
Permanent.
Okay.
Yay!
Even if another wizard used detect magic on it, they have to make a saving roll to determine if they know that it's false or not. So
So blacksmith, whitesmith, then.
basically describing the whitesmith with I guess he's using a chisel, and I wanted to chisel in the script,
Okay.
and then
Like the actual exact script.
no,
that you
I'm
saw?
describing it to
Okay.
him, but without writing it out, so it won't be perfect.
Okay.
As close as I can get with that description, though.
Sure.
So it's very close. How can we make it so it has a shimmer in the middle where the script is?
Fairy fire.
Yeah, I can cast Fairy Fire on it right before we go in the
Fire is
room.
not permanent.
I know. But we don't need it to be permanent. Aw, you ruined it, dude.
If only I had a
Baron.
permanent. If only I was high enough level for permanency.
Could put an oil sheen on it, or maybe
Ooh, an oil sheen and a sealant.
Yes, exactly.
So we'll get. Oh no, I dropped it.
You're putting so much effort into this thing that maybe it won't work.
Probably won't work, but you know what? What the fuck?
You know what's
Maybe with Danny we'll reward our efforts, or maybe the
So
guy
we get,
would have bought it.
Congratulations, you've crafted a treasure that is so worth so much money that you get experience points from it.
Or maybe he would have bought it with the 6 pieces of blank iron anyways, but we're putting the effort.
So we get oil and we drip it into the cracks, and then we put a sealant over that.
Sure.
So it has a kind of rainbowy sheen to the letters.
Awesome.
And then I cast magical aura on it.
I feel like Danny's just not going to give it
How
to
long
us.
does magical aura
Forever.
permanent? Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does
actually.
that do? It just
It makes it
feel magical.
Yeah, it feels magical, and
Yeah.
even if another wizard were to use detect magic on it,
Check that.
It is magic.
I mean, I believe you. I just want.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
look
No,
at
no,
myself.
of course. As the DM, that should be your prerogative for sure.
Sweet.
Adventure,
Okay.
man. Such
You
a
cast
fun
magic
adventure.
aura on it.
Okay, I forgot. What were the metal pieces made of? Or is it just iron?
As it looks like iron.
we don't know.
As far as we could tell, yeah.
So then we take it, we go back to him, and we're like, It was a long trip.
Harrowing.
I thought it might take some time, but I was worried that maybe you weren't coming back.
We found the time cube.
Sacre bleu.
We had to
It
fight.
is just as magnificent as I thought it would be.
We had to fight
Supposedly,
giant spiders and people who were controlled by them to get to it.
it will slow aging and give you a sense of oneness with the universe. if
Slow
you study.
time itself around you.
Heaven most well, my friend. I will have my servants prepare your payment. It should be here by the end of the day.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
If I am ever in need of someone who find another artifact for me in the future, I know who to come to.
Hopefully it's
Monsieur
not
Johnson?
as terrible as an ordeal as that was.
I'm sorry to hear that it was
But
a
we
hard time, but it
got it.
has been well worth it.
Yes, yes, indeed. Indeed.
With your fake time cube in hand, he happily pays you the 5,000 silver
My
that
God.
you were promised.
I can't believe that worked.
Wait, you gotta leave the palace before.
Yeah,
obviously.
And then we flee the country as soon as we have the money in hand.
Not back toward England, though.
No, we gave him a magical artifact.
Like,
I mean, we didn't have any way to verify it, so we did it.
And that will bring this adventure to a close.
Dear God.
That is the end of another episode of Dorker Realms. Full of frustration and brutality.
That does it for today's episode of Dorker Realms. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly of all, tune in next week.
Okay, so back to another cathartic episode for our latest adventure, the Adventures in the Bayou, as we were calling it.
Spider by
totally.
you.
I did not know it was spider-based when I chose the name originally. Any big questions right off the bat?
Okay, yeah, well, I do want to preface by saying I don't know how any of the other players feel, but by everybody continually saying, boy, that was awful, it really sounds like we're harping on Danny, which I am certainly not.
yes, that's true.
The module was cruel. Danny did an excellent job at DMing and staying calm and being reasonable.
Yeah, I definitely want to say that. I think I want to agree with that. I don't know how cruel I would say it was.
So I
Sure.
opened the door,
But it was...
Yeah, okay. That was probably
and
the
there
roughest part.
were no other traps inside the adventure.
There was-
I found the one trap, everybody, and what did I win? An afterlife.
Yeah.
By afterlife, I mean no ghosts.
It was...
What the fuck was that being
Obtuse.
protecting?
Was there any other treasure?
Okay, I know what my first question actually is. How important was the kid that the stable boy liked so much?
He wasn't.
Not at all.
We only even learned that afterwards.
Yeah, I know.
So, one thing about this adventure, Ryan already knows, I think Paul knows, this adventure is, to a degree, randomly determined.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we heard about that.
You roll dice, and you create a map of the town, and the dice actually do a lot of things. The dice determine what is where, for example, where Uncle Ivanovich is, but it also determines how infected the town is by the spiders. It determines where the time cube is. There can be no spider cult in the town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You had the highest possible level of infection.
Oh my god.
Because the map is even created by casting dice on
Yeah.
the maniac.
Yeah. Theoretically, you could run this adventure several times for the same group. Obviously,
Right, I
we
see.
won't be doing that. But,
Thankfully.
and the time cube works as an in-universe justification for that because it has strange
of
effects. So
course.
you might come back and all of a sudden the town's different than the last time you were there. As for treasure, you did pretty much find everything that was there in this particular casting of the dice.
Oh.
For example, the Viking treasure can be real, or it can not be real, and it was not
real in our casting.
Correct.
Okay.
There's lots of cool treasure. There's like a fertility idol, and if you break it, everyone in like 1,000-mile radius becomes pregnant. And when I say everyone, I mean
Everybody?
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, play babies and ground glitterbeards.
And you roll a dice to see how far along they are, and
Oh,
if it's
wow.
a 10, they give birth
Immediately?
on the spot.
Jesus.
That's funny.
So the like teenage spider boy in the shed, like what caused it to? Does it just pick randomly or?
So there are different households that can appear there. There's a ton of families. That's what most of the book is. In fact, there was a whole fourth family that I just happened to not draw any of the cards for them. So they weren't in the town at all. There's an additional family in addition to the Duncasters, Dunlops, and Sampsons that I didn't draw at all. And every family has a description of what they're like, and then a separate entry on if they're infected. And so, like, if that family wasn't infected, there would just be no shed and no spider boy.
I meant, like, was the spider boy attracted to Willow for a specific reason, or is it just randomly a pick who it's attracted to?
He's, like, desperate for any love from anyone, so I just rolled a d4 to see which
party
member he fixated on.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Bad
Man,
luck on that, I guess.
I mean, it's fine.
we didn't
Good character motivation.
miss any treasure,
No.
and it still feels like we got nothing.
Completely shafted, yeah.
I mean, I like the fact that we kind of explored
Well,
what we could.
we also
What was the significance of the wizard spider guy? The mouth? Or like he had the cloak?
If you have the highest possible infection level, then there's a spider wizard guy in a cloak with the spider.
Oh,
just sat here
It just makes it more
Okay.
difficult.
Yeah.
it was just kind of weird how it's like cover up, and then all the other spider people are like, "Yeah, we're spider boys."
He's a stronger caster, basically,
Yeah.
but we kind of murdered him outright, so...
Yeah,
And I believe it's like a ceremonial thing. Like
Okay.
a religious kind of thing for them.
Were they writing some like?
They were writing holy text.
Yeah, they're writing the religion of the
Yeah,
spider,
okay.
basically.
And that's actually one of the cool things is that there's like special locations. For example, the fort is one.
Right.
And depending on the results you get and how it adds up, you can even have situations where certain people that are always at the town appear in those locations. So, for example, you could have the fort, but it could be that unlike you guys where you just have the regular fort, Uncle Ivanovich is there, and then there's a whole entry on how he uses the fort and how the fort is different when he's there, and stuff like that.
That is super neat. And it's actually like that makes it like a really interesting adventure.
I think it's really cool.
We just rolled probably like the least interesting version.
No, I think we technically had a very interesting version. It's just the version that has the least reward for
Yeah,
us
it
and
was
is by the hardest.
the difficulty curve to reward curve was not like satisfying.
Yeah.
Even for an old school.
It wasn't
retro
even
clone.
really difficulty, right? Because like we didn't really struggle in that fight. I
No,
don't
but it
feel
made
like.
it seem difficult because
Yeah.
there was no reward. We're constantly digging for something that's not there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, it made it very frustrating trying to explore because we're now like being harried by these people we don't want to kill,
Yes.
and like knowing that they're all part of this cult and infected. Like maybe it would have been fine, but like that doesn't make it morally for our characters fine.
Yeah, especially if we have characters like mine who are religiously influenced. I don't know, maybe that doesn't make a difference in the terms of in minds of other people, but it's just like they're clearly not. They haven't made the decision to follow this cult. They've been infected.
Well, maybe we don't know that for sure. Maybe they were born into it like anyone else who's born into a religion. We don't know how old the cult is, how many generations it's been there.
I mean, I suppose that's fair.
Yeah, they don't have Wi-Fi.
We can presume it.
Yeah.
I mean, one could potentially presume it's not logged because of the influence of the time cube, but I don't know. That's good.
Well, no,
Or
because
it could be even longer.
remember I brought up the thing to Magda, and she's like, "Well, no, multiple generations have passed, so it could have been there for multiple generations,
Yeah, yeah.
But
you know,
them
that's-
writing the
that's fair.
text kind of makes it seem like it wasn't, right?
or maybe
They're still working on that?
maybe it just got to this finally to a point where it's big enough and it's been building from a small cult.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely very interesting, but like, it was probably the most frustrating adventure we've had so far, at least for me, and I assume for everyone else.
Yes, agreed. Definitely.
Who directed the first Star Wars? Or not the new Star Wars? J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
It feels like a J.J. Abrams where it's a mystery box, and then he just goes, you know what, I'm just going to change something. I didn't think this through. And because, like, I don't know, like, we kept knocking on doors, and
I don't
just
know that
nothing
related to
added
J.J.
up.
Abrams particularly, but...
Oh, anyway.
I think
Um,
you're thinking of the Last Jedi guy, right?
Yeah.
Ryan
Ryan Johnson.
Johnson.
Well, he does.
It's okay. I probably
Anyways.
could cut all of this.
Yeah. I was just talking about the mystery box where he's like, oh, intrigue people.
Huh.
You know, have them be a mystery, and then later.
But the mystery is nothing.
All right.
Exactly.
I feel like I should ask this one mostly for Robin because I feel like I already know the answer. But like, there is no cure for the poison, right? You're not really poisoned at that point.
No, it basically changes you on a genetic level. So it's not really a cure for
Do I
it.
get to keep my experience points if I want a different character by the next time we play?
If you really want to.
I don't-
personally.
I mean, you literally could never reference it again.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know how
like,
everyone
even
else
if-
feels about
Even
it.
if Robin played the same character again, it wouldn't really come up because we wouldn't be encountering that spider or that cult again.
That's what I just said. You could literally never reference it again.
Right, but that's not what it sounded like you were
No,
saying.
that's not why I said that.
Okay.
I wanted to move on. That's why I said I know.
It truly is an infected. Like, it feels like an infection that you can't shake off.
Yeah, my character has a disease now.
Yeah, I gotcha. It's not just a stigma, it's like psychological trauma and genetic.
Well, it's more that like when you create a character, there are certain changes you expect a character to go through, like injuries or whatever, but like you don't expect like a personality quirk or their brain to be changed, and that's just a little
Against your
frustrating.
will, especially.
Yeah, and I in particular have had some frustrating experiences in the past, but I don't
Yeah.
really want to go
Yeah.
into it.
I'm super new, so
How often do the boats actually come? Like, could we have waited until somebody came to pick us up and had an easier time getting... It would have kept us from creating a fake time cube, but, like, would that have been a viable option?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
How long would it have actually been?
It comes once a month. Before the time cube, when it had an effect over the swamp, it would be relatively, so you would have been 5 months for you. But now that the time cube is shut off, it would only be 1 month.
So, but like 1 month from our point, or because that would have been some midpoint?
No, it was
short?
5 months for the people in the town while the time cube was active.
Yeah.
Right.
It was 1 month now that the time cube is gone, period. Time is no longer relative to the flow in the town.
I understand.
What he's asking is, like, how long would it have been for
When
you
the
guys?
last time
As
they
in, like-
came,
How many
would
more days would we have had to wait?
Yeah.
They
until-
didn't come today, so it
'Cause
wouldn't have
if
been
it's-
an
if it's-
entire full month.
If it's a month, it could have been 31 days from...
I
when we
understand what
asked
you're
for
saying.
Yeah, I probably would have made it, like,
It was-
a week or
it
2
would have just
weeks.
been
I would have just
arbitrary,
come
yeah.
up with something.
Yeah.
So I know we talked about it. I
It
don't
would have
know
been
if
longer
everybody
than we
heard.
waited.
When we when it was either a kiss or 2 silver pieces,
Yeah.
and I kissed her,
Yeah.
and her mouth was filled with rot.
It wasn't filled with rot. It was not filled with teeth.
Right, but there was an effect to that, wasn't there?
Yeah, you would have lost some
Oh,
teeth
yeah,
as
actually,
well.
what would have happened if anyone slept with what's-her-face?
Oh,
So-
those two? Yeah.
Since she was infected, what she does is she puts, like, a candle in the window, and then while they're in...
Busy. They
Congrats.
get
The rest of the cult comes and tries to kidnap the person.
to take them to the spider.
Yeah, so that the spider can bite them and have them join the fold.
How
Man.
intelligent is the spider?
It's
Like, is it
it's
capable of
not
communication?
intelligent. No, it's not really intelligent in like human terms at all. It's not magical or anything strange. It's just a super rare breed of spider in this world, and that's just part of its natural process. That's what it does. It actually starts out extremely tiny, and if you get like a low infection roll, it will literally be something you could like squash with your
Oh,
finger.
really?
And
Huh.
it has to bite people. It needs protection from bigger people, but no one knows how big they can go over time. So you got a very old one, a very powerful one that had grown huge.
So that's what the embiggening was?
No.
That's
no.
just a spell.
just a spell.
It's enlarge.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a spell.
enlarge, right? That's
Sorry.
what it's called.
Like, not familiar.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they just like genomorphed or whatever. Okay. Well, you know what? We got all the treasure, but I think this is the real treasure.
Yeah.
It is the catharsis from all the fucking,
I don't know if this was catharsis as much as it was like lancing a wound.
lancing a boil.
Yeah, I do feel a
Yeah.
little bit better, but
Not much.
Maybe the real catharsis is the treasure we didn't find along the way.
At least we got our gold.
well, the thing is, we got all of the treasure.
You did.
Literally all of it. It just wasn't much.
Well,
Could we have given him the fucked up cube?
The pieces.
no, he would have been like, "What the fuck is this?" I mean, that was just. I created that character to give you the quest, so that was part of the adventure.
Wow, so if we don't do that, there's literally no treasure.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's totally
What
fucked.
gave us the 2,000 EXP?
You got and so it's divided by 3, so you got 1,600 from the spider.
Okay.
Oh, wow, it was worth that much.
Yeah,
High
I mean,
infection.
It's a big example of how broken the demons and the spells are, because that's a 10 hit dice monster that you just beat without really any trouble at all. So that's
Well,
actually
without
a
any
lot
trouble,
of-
except we had half our party turned against
that's
Is
us.
there a
true,
way
but
that we could have?
relatively little.
Is there
I
a
mean,
way
that's
that?
true.
Is there a way that we could have grabbed the time cube and taken it with us?
If you summon either Old Man Time or there's another thing that you can get in the summon table, but it's a random thing. It's called the time between ticks on the clock.
Yes.
Summoning either of those while in the Dunnsmouth area, it actually summons them out of the cube, and the cube shuts down, and you can take it with you if you want, and then you can put them back in it to power it up again.
By the way, the Ticks Between the Clock is a world-ending
Yeah.
event, and it's on a table with 9 other things that will also,
End the world.
Yeah.
no, at the very least, kill our party. Maybe one survivor.
So summoning the ticks between the clock would not...
I can't summon it at will.
Not that it ultimately matters, because
Right.
that's not the spell you got.
No, but
If
we're
we
just
had-
saying that there really is only one way.
And it's... Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, you never... Where did we get the rest of the 1,000 or several thousand EXP or whatever?
You
'Cause
got
we didn't
some
get any
more
treasure.
for creatures that you defeated,
Okay.
and then you got some more for something else.
Interesting.
We don't get to know the something else?
Well,
I can't tell
oh,
you because it's under your prerogative to figure it out.
Can I sell the manuscript?
Yes.
Is that the thing?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you split it between 3 instead of 4 for EXP, right?
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
basically,
obviously.
Ryan just want to know where the numbers came from.
Yes.
You have to sell the Hobbit and the
The halfling and the
Yeah.
elf.
In a popular novel, you have a rare, unfinished manuscript.
Okay.
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
I feel like we've pretty much drained out all of our questions at this point.
If we
I
miss
think so.
anything, let us know.
Yeah. Also, if
Absolutely.
you have questions, hit us up on Twitter or Podbean.
Email.
Can Instagram get messages?
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
DM us on Instagram.
Instagram, that's another one we look at pretty regularly.
Any
so,
of those things.
Podbean, Instagram, and email and Twitter are the best ways.
Absolutely.
And if you want a counterfeit time cube,
you can go...
Whoa!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey.
smash
Yeah, that's
that
good.
hit button.
we need to start saying that.
Yeah.
All right.
Do the things.
Thanks
See
for
you
listening,
next time.
everybody. And we'll see you next time on Dorker Realms.